Hi everyone, so I am back with the second video of today, and this is a video called Style Maker. So it's about what our favourite products are and just our style really. And again, this is part of the video hop that Irit has organised. If you check below in the cleavage bar, then you will see a list of everyone else taking part in this challenge. So this is going to be a little bit mixed up. I'm not sure if I'm doing the same as everyone else or not. I'm just going to do my take on this. So first up, I have got some products and stuff to show you, and I'm sure stuff is going to go everywhere, so I apologise for that. I kind of know what my go-to products are, but I did flick through one of my albums as well for this year just to look and see, you know, what it is that I regularly go for and what some of my favourite products have been this year. And I think an overarching thing this year is I've really kind of fallen in love with the die cut packages. I used to be very much about the paper. I still love the paper, but used to be very much about the paper and, you know, getting that and that being the most important thing. I have just picked some bits from my stash to show you. So again, these are the kind of die cuts, and I do keep them in these little baggies once they've been opened, because of course those sort of clamshell packages aren't too great to keep them in. And so, I mean, these are just the Chamel die cuts, and I've really enjoyed using those. And of course I do just keep the backs of it so I can see at a glance what is in this package. And as I said, I really enjoyed using them. This is just, whoops, another example of some gossamer blue, and these are the little leaves. And as I said, this has been a real big thing this year. I've got some layouts that I'm going to share just in a little bit that you've already seen, but just to kind of emphasise the point here a little bit. So die cut packages have been something I've loved this year. I wouldn't say I've got one particular thing that I love. When I was subscribed to the Scraptastic kit, so of course you normally get a die cut package each month, so that kind of helped me learn to love them. But yeah, I wouldn't say there's one collection that I really loved. I do like some of the cheaper ones you can get, which if you're here in the UK, it's is it Samuel Taylor? Something Taylor? I can't remember. They're the ones I shared in a recent haul, and they're ones you get from Hobbycraft, and they're just as good as well. But something I've noticed kind of this year with my trend of buying as well is I tend to buy a die cut pack and then a 6x6 pad. I used to all be about the 12x12. I tend to wait now for the 12x12s to go into TK Maxx and go in the sale. Of course, being on the Hey Little Magpie design team as well, I do buy 12x12 papers from them. So, but I tend to go to start with for the 6x6. I have just got the new Dear Lizzie 6x6 pad and a new Pebbles pad as well. And what I like about these is, if I can find one here, I probably use them all. I like the fact that, oh, you can't, there's kind of one here, that you get the cut apart sheets that will be 12x12. You get them so you can get them in the smaller sizes. And I really like these. I mean, I've just picked out the crepe paper notes and things was one that I really did actually enjoy. Oh, I'm just chucking stuff everywhere. I really do enjoy using this year. I can see myself actually using these more next year, because my plan is to do Project Lifestyle for the main part of the year, just because space is a real issue with 12x12s, and I've got a few other projects I want to do next year. So these are going to be really good for cutting down to use in my pocket pages. I did do that when I was doing Project Life previously. And then again here I just have the open book one as well. So I have always been an American crafts girl. at heart. Always loved American Craft papers. They were always my go-to brand. Of course, American Craft basically owns everything now, but I would say my go-to are Crepe Paper and American Crafts. That's kind of it. I mean, even Pebbles, the one I have brought, again, that is owned by American Crafts. They're my go-to. I've always been an American Crafts girl, so that is that. But I would say a real trend this year has been kind of getting the die cut packs, 6x6 and 6, and then maybe another embellishment. So whether it's the stickers, the rub-ons, or something like that, that tends to be the amount that I can kind of get from a collection and be happy with. So that has also influenced my style, of course, because you don't necessarily have the bigger size of pieces of paper. And I am doing more smaller clusters anyway. Something I have noticed that I've actually used a lot more of my stash this year. When I was going through, there's lots of older pieces of papers that I've used with backgrounds and things like that, so I have been much more productive this year than I was in the last couple of years, and in doing that I've actually eaten into my stash quite a lot, which I think is really positive. I think lots of people have now got to the stage where we've all been a little bit crazy, and I think YouTube can also do that as well. You know, you watch a lot of haul videos, and I'm guilty, I put them out there as well. And that can make you buy lots of stuff and not necessarily use it. And I'm getting better at using it, so I would say I'm shopping my stash a lot more. And I know quite a lot of the other YouTube girls are also doing the same as well. So 6x6 and die cut packs are a huge part of my style. I can't think who it was, but someone once laughed that I should have contacted Glitz Design to ask for commission for these Glitz roller stamps. To be brutally honest, the first one I got was in a kit, and I was like, it's horrible, what am I going to do it? Like, ugh. And then I started using it, and I went crazy for them. I absolutely fell in love with them for creating background texture. This is my first one and one of my favourites. This is the Arrow one, and I said this was a Glitz Design one. Of course, American Crafts with their DIY collection came out with the large and the small brayer. To be brutally honest, I was really bummed out when they've now brought DIY 2 out, and as far as I've seen, there is no more brayers. With these being, you've got 2 brayers with each, 2 designs with each one. With these being interchangeable, I thought, oh, they're bound to bring out some more. You know, every kind of CHA they might bring out some more. But no. The small heart and this large polka dot are my favourites. And a real big part of my style is creating that background texture and that background design, which I then lay my papers on. So these roller stamps are just a huge thing for me, and I absolutely love them, and I know lots of people have these ones. These are now in the sale. If you are in the UK, these were on sale on the Hey Little Magpie site last week. I haven't checked if they still are, but you need these in your life. I know quite a few girls on here do use them, but I love them. You know, you can use them with paints, embossing inks, whatever. They are fabulous. I'm all about the background textures and patterns. I've got stuff everywhere. Something's gonna fall. There's gonna be an avalanche, and this will never be seen because I'll be buried under a pile of stuff. Just to show my other, there's a whole lot of other background stamps in here. I do have all of the Glitz ones. Another big thing that I fell for this year was these very large roller stamps. I do love roller stamps. I've got some more of them to talk about in a second, but these were the large word ones where you can make your own words. I believe it was the Studio Calico one that was out first. It came in the Project Life kit, and it came out like just after I stopped subscribing, but I paid for it anyway. And I got it, and it was massive, of course, and I was like, no, don't like it. And then I actually used it and fell in love with it. As you'll know, I stamp it all on the background to create texture. You can use words, you can do titles, you can stamp swear words in the background if you're that way inclined. Not that I am. But yeah, I really love these. And I would say the Studio Calico one is lowercase. The Pebbles one, which was sent to me, I think this was in one of the parcels that Sharon sent me. Because she sent me 2 immense parcels this year, and I do get confused because I've been very, very lucky and people have sent me really beautiful gifts. So, but I do believe it was her. And this is the Pebbles one, and this is all in uppercase. So I think that, you know, if you can pick these up cheap, then I think it is worth doing it, because especially this one, it would be nice for putting a small sentiment on a card, but I really like them for stamping in the backgrounds. So I really say, if you find them cheap, get them. Of course, I've got assortment of other background stamps, which I've shown you before, just some of the larger Hero Arts ones and Studio Calico ones. And I just keep these all in one of my little zip up doohickeys, bags. And again, in a similar vein, this is my bag of the roller stamps. Specifically, I like the little phrase stamps. These are the roller ones. They're like the roller date stamps. They're like these ones, but just the words. And these are Amy Tan, Maggie Holmes, Studio Calico, and Dear Lizzie. I've just got the new Dear Lizzie one as well. And again, I really like using these to stamp in the background, stamp the words. I can do it before, I can do it end to finish off a layout as well. And again, this has become a big part, you know, of my style this year, and I love them. I do have some really old ones, which are memories in the making, that I brought off someone who used to go to a crop I went to, and these, as I said, these are really old, but this is kind of the ones that got me started. So and I can see me using these a lot more with Project Life next year. So that's a big part of my style, creating that kind of background texture. So I really, really love those. Okay, next up with the background textures again comes stencils. I mean, I think we all love stencils. One of my favourites is the Bubbles, which is the Tim Holtz one, and this is one of the sort of larger tag dies. Really, really love this one. I use this with my gesso, with inks, with mists, so that's a really, really versatile one. I use this on scrapbook pages and in my art journal. I also really like the star one. I've had this one from Crafters Workshop for a long time. It's kind of like the reverse chicken wire. Absolutely love that. And then recently I've got some of these, I think what are these called, like Bowls of Bits, because they're, are they Bowls of Bits? I can't remember. I think they are, because they're from Julie, Faith and Bolzer, and what I really like about these is because you can spray them and then use the reverse to stamp down as well. And I've been using them a lot in my art journal, and I have now got some Mylar, this stuff, so I can cut some designs out on my Cameo as well. So yes, I really like those. And again, this one here is another one that I've used lots. I don't have lots because I do keep looking at them going, I can just make them on my Cameo. Haven't actually made any on my Cameo yet, but I will get there and I will get them made. These are some ones that I recently bought on a sale site here in the UK, so really love stencils. And again, this is just about building up the background texture that I really love on my pages without necessarily loads of depth. So I really love those. Of course, if you've been watching my video from the beginning, you'll know of my love for doilies. I have doilies in hundreds of different colours, and I just love what they add to a page. I've also got some metallic ones. These ones were sent to me, but I really, love all the different varieties of doilies you've got, and different sizes. This, to be honest, this size, which I can't think what size this goes as. I never know how they measure it. I think it's about 4 inches. This one is my favourite size. And again, I do use them on lots of pages. I went through a stage quite recently where I stopped using them, but I am now back in love with my doilies. So again, they're a really big part of my style. I'd say more part of my style in the past, but they are still there. Again, something else which I think lots of people will have is enamel dots. Again, I am very, very lucky where quite a few people sent me some homemade enamel dots that they'd made, and I really do like those. I did treat myself to these Get Happy ones by Gossamer Blue recently, and I really like the colours in these. I love the gold sparkle and the silver sparkle, and these weren't bad because you get 90 in a set, so these are ridiculously expensive in the UK. But yes, really, really love those. So, and I do tend to add these to a lot of my pages. Spoke about it in my previous video, but mists. Mists are a big part of my style. I tend to add some background texture and some mist to a page before I even start sticking anything down. Of course, my Route 66 and my Gold Heidi Swap Colour Shine are, big faves of mine, and these appear on a heck of a lot of my projects. So yeah, wanted to show those. I have also got some layouts just to kind of show where I'm at. Most of these are kind of from like the mid part of this year. I really just wanted to show these to sort of show what I was talking about. Again, this is where I've used lots and lots and lots of die cut packs and different pieces of die cuts just to create my clusters, but I've also added mists and some stenciled sort of designs in the background. So I kind of think that, this again shows what I've been doing quite a lot. Also, when looking through my album, I'm a big fan of the square photos. Of course, this is influenced by Instagram, but even if I don't print my photos off square, I quite often will cut down a 4x6 to a square. I also am really liking all the apps that I have on my phone, which creates the photo collages, whether that's the Photo Booth app or the Becky Higgins Project Live app or the Pick Frame app. I've all spoken about these previously on videos. I do really enjoy using those. So that is just an example of lots and lots of clusters and layering. Something else I went for quite big this year is the long title. Why say it with one word when you can say it with many? Which is probably something you think quite often when I'm filming my videos, because quite often they go on a bit. So this is just again using lots of kind of bits from die cut packs, but also the longer title. So who says no to free cake? And I like the way that the title becomes part of the design aesthetic on a page, and you know, this part, it helps everything flow sort of in a diagonal motion. And then this one again is another one of my favourite layouts I've done this year, and it's I'm like a Cheeto, you can't eat just one, which is a quote from the film Tammy, which is one of my favourite films of this year. And again, it's using lots of different thickers, and it's just a really fun way to add some kind of humour to your page, which I think, you know, is really important to kind of have humour on your pages. And of course I do some more serious pages, but mostly they're photos of me and my boyfriend and my bestie. So yeah, I think, you know, really long titles, and it uses up a lot of thickers, so that's another good thing. Again, this one I've just pulled out to show you, you know, the stamping in the background and kind of something that, you know, I was talking about earlier. And I like how it just becomes part of the background paper and you can create your own design. This is just a piece of plain embossed dot, Swiss dot paper. And the clustering is actually quite simple on here, but that background just really brings everything together. And then the final layout I've got to share with you is kind of merging two of my sort of things of this year. So this is a recent layout which you saw me share, and this again is using lots of die cuts. Some of them pre-bought, some of them actually cut from paper, especially the 6x6 pads. That's something I've really enjoyed doing this year. Again, there's doilies on here. There's a longish title, and then there's images that I've coloured in, digi images that I've coloured in with my Spectrum Noirs. There is also some mixed media stuff, so there's some gesso for a stencil in the back here, and then lots and lots of pieces cut out. I would just say a lot of my journaling this year is happening on the back of the pages because it's all quite busy at the front. But I would just say, okay, this kind of leads me on to, you know, a pretty new love for me this year, which is my Spectrum Noir pens. I am very lucky and I do own all of the pens. So I've got the option to, you know, colour lots of different designs and stuff in. And I've had fun. Just kind of, you know, experimenting and playing around with some images, and just kind of playing around with my blending. I really love these octopode images, and you know, they're so sweet. These two here are octopode, and this is a Pinky doll. So they're all really, really beautiful images, and what I'm really enjoying is kind of combining these on my scrapbook pages. I'm planning on combining some of those Spectrum Noir coloured images in my December daily, and I'm also planning on doing some within my project life next year. I think it'd be quite good to kind of colour in and stamp up some of my own cards as well to include in the pages. So really, I hope you can kind of see from this video some of the things that you know, will be kind of quite common to you if you've watched my videos for quite a while. I do have over 200 videos on my channel. They are mostly organised into playlists, so you can go back and see my process videos, my hauls, my general long rambling on. You'll also see a nice array of wigs as well. I know I've had quite a few people ask about my wigs. I do buy all my wigs here in the UK from a lovely lady called Maria, and the site is Geisha Wigs. So if anyone is interested and wants to know more about them, because I do get quite a few people asked, then just leave a comment below or send me a message on Facebook or something, and I'll tell you more about those and where you can get them and why I love them so. And I'm trying to think what this one is called. This wig, I think, is called Pretty Seahorse or something, which I think is lovely. But this is not about my hair. But yeah, I just wanted to do that because I've had a couple of people comment on previous videos about them. So I hope you've enjoyed this video and you kind of can see a little bit of where what products influence my style and what are my favourite products. Of course, if you do want to know any more detail about anything I've mentioned, then say please do leave a comment, give me a shout out if you want to know where I've got anything. Of course, I am UK based, so if anyone does want to know any of the places that I use to buy my things in the UK, then again please do leave me a comment and let me know, and I will get back to you on that. So I just want to thank Irit very much for organising this video hop. I've been away from face-to-face videos especially for a while, and I'm really trying to get back into it. Now my health is starting to feel a bit better, so I'm really looking forward to watching everyone else's videos and seeing how everyone else has kind of interpreted this. And now I can't talk. It's always a problem when you're kind of filming video hop videos and you're not necessarily aware of what other people have done. I might have gone off on a complete tangent on this one, so thanks for bearing with me if that is the case. But I just want to say I want to thank everyone very much for all your lovely comments. I want to say hello to all my lovely new subscribers, and I want to say a big hi and hug and shout out to some of my long-standing subscribers. I started regularly posting at the beginning of this year, and it's been a whirlwind in a really positive way. I'm lucky to have not had too much negativity and made loads of really brilliant friends. So again, big thanks to Irit for organising this, and I'm honoured to be in the list below with all these amazing ladies. So thank you very much guys. I'm going to stop waffling now and leave you to get on with your day, and I will speak to you all again soon. So thank you very much.